Hello everybody, yes it's me Alex, I'm back again for another review, and look at this, we've got a brand new hot off the presses Tsume piece. It's Ichigo from Bleach. This went up for order, a couple of years ago maybe, 18 months. I remember it went up at either the day after or the day before Killer Bee, and this is just shipped, probably 4-5 weeks later. Limited to 1,000. As I say, by Tsume, as we know. I'm a big Tsume fan. You know, they are the guys to go for at the moment for anime statues. Although, you know, everyone's catching up now on that sort of thing. You know, we've got Prime 1 in there now and first figures, obviously. But Tsume still at the top, I'd say, for now. So this is a brand new HQS high quality statue. So we do get the certificate of authenticity, Ichigo Kurosaki, or Kurosaki Ichigo. 1,000 pieces, mine's number 555, which, you know, I'm not really bothered about numbers, but it's a nice number to have. Signed by Cyril, of course, the owner/founder of Tsume. Very nice man he is too. I can't get this back in the envelope. It's happening, it's happening, it's happened. Yeah, so obviously, as I said in previous videos, since I think Renji, which was the last Bleach release, all the statues have had certificates, so there's that one. Still get your metal plate with your number on. Funnily, this one says, even though the nameplate on the front of the statue has the name kanji, the actual nameplate actually says Ichigo Kurosaki on this, or Kurosaki Ichigo. The Byakuya, Ulquiorra, Kenpachi and Renji all have the nameplate in kanji. Don't know why they changed that. Don't know. But they have. So yeah, this is the 5th piece in the Bleach line. You know, Bleach was one of the very first, I think, after Gore was the very first anime piece they did, and then secondly was Kenpachi, and Kenpachi is one of the pieces that goes for a hell of a lot of money. After Kenpachi they did Byakuya, then after that they did Ulquiorra, and then Renji, and finally we get to a main character, Ichigo. Not in the form everyone was expecting, I don't think, but, you know, a cool form nonetheless, as we'll get onto. With the Bleach line, they did start off as museum poses on very simple black bases. And then Ulquiorra, they started throwing a bit more onto the base. Then Renji, they went straight out, full action pose, Bankai. And they've kind of continued that with Ichigo. They all 1/6 scale, so they're on the same scale as the Dragon Ball line, the Saint Seiya line, obviously Naruto line's around 1/8. Yeah, so Ichigo, I think everyone was kind of expecting Bankai, switch out head with his hollow mask. That's what I was expecting, to be honest, you know, on maybe like some environmental base, or, you know, but no, they went, well, I always call it the Mugen form, the Infinity form, which I think was a fan sub thing, I'm not sure, but it's got a really dumb name, something like the Black Moon, but everyone knows it as the final Getsuga TenShou. So basically, if you haven't seen the anime, spoilers. Once Ichigo fights Aizen right at the end of the big major arc, probably the best arc, he does this one move called the final Getsuga TenShou, which transforms him into this completely different look. It's such a fucking awesome scene, such a fantastic look. You know, he's got this Ichigo, you know, I think Bleach is called Bleach because he's got orange hair. Don't quote me on that, but, you know. But, so he gets this long black hair and these bandages wrapped around his body and rolling up his hands and his arm. And he gets this long, and he's like, you know, his dress turns into dress. What would it be? Gi? Would it be gi? No, kimono? his Shinigami outfit turns out just this bottom flowing cloak, let's say, and then his sword is actually made from Ryatsu, which is this energy that he pours out of him, and he does this huge attack that annihilates Aizen. You know, it's quite funny really, because in the entire lead up to this Aizen fight, it's like it's going to be the most powerful being and all this, and he basically does this and absolutely fucking annihilates him. No problem whatsoever. So let me just give you the lowdown on the statue itself. As you can see when I'm spinning this, it's actually a smaller statue. I was expecting it to be, you know, tip to tip, fill a Besta. It's actually on a Besta shelf at the minute. If you can see, this is one of my spare Besta shelves. So if you take that, he's sitting in the middle of the shelf. There's the edge here, my hand here. And there's the other edge, which you can see here. So he fits really nice on the Besta shelf. I was expecting he had to put him at an angle, but he's actually a lot smaller than I thought. I think he's slightly smaller than Renji, but Renji's, you know, in his Bankai form, he's got all this fear on him, for the, oh god, this is my Bleach knowledge failing me again. What's his fucking sword called? Oh, that's going to annoy me. But Renji's a lot bigger, it's got a lot bigger base, and Zabimaru? Yeah? Maybe, I think it's Zabimaru. So I was expecting kind of the same thing with Ichigo. I was expecting a large base and then these energy, this Ryatsu pouring out the sides, be a lot bigger, but he's actually quite small. I haven't tried him in the detail, but I think he might go in at an angle. I'm not sure, but like I say, he's definitely 1'6", but because of, the wide-legged pose, because Ichigo is very tall, quite thin, especially when he does his training towards the end. If you know that scene, he goes into this magical portal and gets like months of training within an hour or something. Like that, if I remember, and he comes out and he's like slightly taller, slightly skinny, he's got the chain wrapped around his arm with a sword. That's the form before this form. Yeah, I know, there's a lot of forms. So he is a lot skinnier than Renji and he's a lot thinner, so I think people are thrown slightly off, but measuring him, he is about 12-13 inches tall, so he does measure up. Like I say, he is in a really wide leg stance. You've got 1 foot here, 1 foot here. So huge stance. And then, of course, he's bent over, he's got this very, very, very low posture. So I think people are kind of thrown off of that stance, thinking, oh, it's not as big as, I've seen people saying on Facebook, which is fucking ridiculous, they've made too many of them, so the moulds have shrank, but they've only made 1,000 of them, They made 1,000 Narutos. That didn't shrink. So, I think people are kind of, I don't know what people want. I don't know what they're looking for, because I've seen a few people saying, yeah, it's nothing like the prototype. It's pretty much as close as you're going to get to the prototype. I've seen people saying, oh, this is the downfall of Tsume, and they're making too much now and they don't really give a shit anymore. They're totally wrong, especially when it comes to this piece, and especially with Killer Bee as well, which came out perfect in my opinion, exactly on proto. The things I've seen mentioned about this is the sword. Not as some of them that it's actually touching the energy bar, and some have got it this side, which is completely wrong. Mine's fine, so I can't say that all of them are going to be fine. I will say that the sword. Can you see the sword there? Let me just see it so you can actually see it. The sword's actually made of a really thin plastic. It's really flexible. It's not the best. I would have preferred it in metal, but maybe Tsume didn't think it, maybe it damaged if it touched anything, if it did thingy grind up. So it's like a thin piece of plastic, it does the job fine. It's the only thing that I would say is wrong with the statue, that sword. It's really thin plastic, but it looks the part. Like I say, I don't mind people using plastic as long as it looks the part. This definitely works. Apart from that, I've got really no issues with the statue. I think it's fantastic. It comes, like I say, in a few pieces. You've got the little name plate that comes off. Obviously, you've got your plate. You've got the base, and then Ichigo himself, apart from the sword, is all one piece. So all this hair, these very thin fingers, and all that is all one piece. I'm amazed it came in unbroken, because all the hair pieces around his face, you know, I expected something to break. I would have thought the head would have been separate and packed in like a separate deep compartment. But no, it's mine, like I say, has come spot on, no problems. And all these energy effects on his hand, all the reactor on his hand, which is super complicated and super amazingly well done. I mean, the detail, it's just fantastically well done. You know, it's actually coming out of his hand, and all that is one piece, all that is attached to Ichigo. There's no switch out, oh no, nothing. And then the other two pieces are the two huge energy effects. So this one, which just pegs into the base, and this one on the other side. Now, as you can probably see, hopefully on camera, they're black at the bottom, coming up to like a crimson red. The light gets behind them, and they glow red. It's just fantastic. One thing I will say about Tsume, which I probably haven't mentioned because I don't think I reviewed it. Did I review? I didn't even review Zoro. I think I did a review on Zoro, but I didn't put it up. It was a bit clunky. I might put that up, but I've still got Itachi to review. You know, I've had Itachi since release and never reviewed him yet. Have I? Have I reviewed him? No, I don't think I have. And, you know, the clear resin that they use, you know, it's so glossy and so sexy. And this is the same thing here with Ichigo. Yeah, I've just got no problems with it. Well, this is on the lower side. I mean, Killer Bee was €500. You know, he was a good chunk of change. Ichigo was $369. So if they can keep this sort of piece, you know, a really extravagant action pose with fantastic effects and a decent base, and this amount of detail for under €400, then, you know, I will buy Bleach all day. And there's plenty more Bleach characters I'd like. You know, Kaku is top of my list straight away in his Bankai form. But, you know, there's lots of others. You know, I'd even love to see a Byakuya and Kenpachi revisit. I think they could do a beautiful Byakuya. And, you know, I'd still buy Ichigo in his Bankai form of Switch Out Hollow Head. Like I say, I think that's what everyone was expecting. I'd still buy that. There's definitely multiple forms I'd buy of Ichigo. You know, and he's what's the form? Is it his hollow form? You know, with the horns, where he fights Ulquiorra, and Ulquiorra looks like fucking Devil Man. You know, Ulquiorra's in like he's I can't. I really need to read a bit of Bleach again, don't I? Because I can't remember that fight. If you've seen Bleach, you know that. And like a lot of the what were they called? They're all hollows, weren't they? All numbered. So I think Ulquiorra was like number 2 or number 3, was he? And he wasn't supposed to be the strongest, but he super was because he had like an extra form. And then there's like Grimjow. There's lots of characters I'd still buy, and it's kind of sad that it's took this long, and it has been a while. That it's been years to get to the 5th piece. And I know Cyril has said that they haven't forgot about Bleach. You know, they have still got the license. So I really do hope that, because I think the line's getting somewhere for the last 3 pieces. I think Ulquiorra is fantastic, Renji was fantastic, and this is just, you know, stepping on again. Just fantastic stuff. Like I say, it has been a couple of years. I'm sure it's been 18 months, 2 years since release, since it went up for pre-order. So, you know, I hope Tsume can kind of get that under control. You know, we don't want another pop culture shock on his hands where you're getting this amazing product, but obviously you're waiting for a long time to get it. I am actually recording this on the night that Goku vs Nappa's just gone up, and I must say that's a fantastic looking statue, but it doesn't really do anything for me. You know, I've been wanting Dragon Ball Z from Tsume for a while, but for some reason it just doesn't for me. But it's $399, under €400, and you're getting 2 pretty big 1/6 statues there. If they can do that kind of thing with Bleach, I'm totally happy, and I'll wait. Speaking of weights, like Killer Bee, they did provide an art print of Ichigo. I have got this framed, so that's why it's, I'm holding it like this because I've got it in a big frame. Very nicely done again. Just a little thank you, as it says there. Thank you for your trust, because it took a while. Always welcome, you know. I do wish PCS would probably do that, you know, say, hey, we're going to throw everyone an art print in, signed, or something like that, you know, just a little extra to say, hey, sorry for the delay. Would be nice, wouldn't it? You know, it's very much appreciated. So next Tsume piece coming now is Hashirama, which I've seen tonight is supposed to be in June. So not too far now. And then that's my last Tsume piece I have on order, which is a very strange thing, because at one point I had about 6 all paid for, and it's just waiting for them to come through. I am quite tempted with Vegeta still at 1.4 if I can pick him up for retail. I'm not bothered at paying over retail, which will probably be the case now. Hopefully another Saint Seiya piece will be in the line. You know, I've always said that I'll probably just collect the main guys, even though I've missed Icky now. But you know, I'll definitely pick up Seiya and Hyoga. And then that's it really. Hopefully more Naruto. I have scaled back. I'm no longer collecting the One Piece line. You know, and obviously with Prime 1 pumping out so much, and Sideshow still doing decent stuff, and Pop Culture Shock still doing stuff I want, you know, some stuff has had to go. So you know, I haven't got as much Tsume stuff as anymore, which is kind of a shame. But I have got the pieces that I like, and this is definitely one that's going to stay. This and Renji for my Bleach collection. I did have Byakuya and did have Mulcura, but I let them go. But this, you know, I don't care what anyone says if they think Tsume are on the way out or they're on the way down. I think this just shows that really not. They're really not. I do hope that Tsume, you know, come through and sort out people who have got problems with the swords or the effects not pegging in, and I'm sure they will. But as far as I can say, if you're a Bleach fan, you know, there's not a lot of Bleach stuff around anymore since the manga finished and that. You know, I doubt we're ever going to get the anime finished, and you know, there's no new video games or anything like that. So Bleach stuff of this high quality, you're not going to find it anywhere else. I will say, don't pay over the odds for it. I've seen, you know, as soon as this went up, it was like €1,000 the next day, and you know, ridiculous prices. You know, I'd definitely say he's worth his RRP at €369. I'd probably say he's worth up to €500. I probably wouldn't go any higher. You know, it's all relative. I mean, if you're only collecting Bleach, I'm sure you've already got this on pre-order anyway. But if you're coming late to the party, I would suggest try the Facebook group Tsume Community over eBay, because eBay price is scandalous, and there's just a lot of fucking guys on there who are looking to make a quick buck and don't give a fuck about Tsume, don't give a fuck about Bleach. You know, but you know, that's the game, isn't it? So there you go, guys. Bit of a long ramble at the end, but you know, you should be used to it by now. So we've got Tsume's Ichigo Kurosaki in his final Getsuga TenShou form. Thank you all for watching. Bye bye.